Hey, this is Chuck, and you are listening to Fans with Bands, the podcast where we talk to the fans and the bands they dig about life, music, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. We've got a special collaboration with our good friend Nuno, who scored an interview with legendary drummer Shannon Larkin. Check it out.
So Shannon, thanks for accepting our invitation. I know that it was through Dave. Dave is such a cool cat, you know. He put me in touch with you, so and I enjoyed talking to him too, and I'm sure I'll enjoy talking to you. And I have here my brother Chuck, because he loves especially Wrathchild America. I know he's one of his favorite bands ever. So I mentioned, okay, let's do this let's do this tandem interview with Shannon Larkin. And he said, okay, let's do it. And here we are. Here we are.
All right.
Yeah.
Dig it. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like meeting Wrathchild bands, you know. We wouldn't get that much success, you know.
Yeah.
And so to meet Wrathchild bands, I know that
Oh man,
that people are like experimental music and eclectic music.
Yeah.
with lots of different, you know, genre mashing, and we refuse to be like put into a corner or
Yeah.
you know, everybody has to, you know, say it's metal or rock or punk or whatever. What is it?
Yeah.
You know,
It's music.
to put a label. They
Yeah.
put a label, and I
Yeah.
understand. You know,
yeah.
there's so many different kinds of metal and all that you have to label something. But Wrathchild, we tried to stay away from being labeled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the great part. That's what I loved about Wrathchild. I saw you guys at Blondie's in Detroit. So this was years ago. I don't know when Climbing the Walls came out. You guys went on tour, and then I saw you again when Pantera was opening up for you guys at the Ritz in Roseville, and that was, dude, an insane show because I've never been in a place where there was so much stage diving constantly. It was just like it was epic. So
yeah, it was epic, man. Those were the days. I mean, you know what I mean? It was all just fresh and new, and that power metal thing was happening. And boy, you know, Philip and the boys we've known them, Pantera, for 6 years before. That was '88, by the way, Climb the Wall.
Yeah.
And then, but Pantera, when you saw us at the Blondies, that was '88, I think '89, maybe.
Right.
But it was '91 that you saw us with Pantera.
Yeah.
And man, that's when that shit was blowing up. The stage diving and moshing and stuff.
Yeah.
It was. And you know, by then, you know, everybody just told their crew, yeah, the crowd's it's okay. They can all just come on stage.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. It was just so crazy. And yeah, like you mentioned, you know, about Wrathchild, I just love the way you guys didn't fit into any like category. You know, you guys were all over the place.
Yeah.
And like you did I'm not drunk, I'm drinking, you know, which is that bluesy tune. And then there's just London After Midnight. It was fantastic.
Well, thanks, man. You know, we looked back later and, you know, we're like, God, if we maybe would have had some kind of producer, some kind of direction, perhaps we would have been more successful and been able to stay together, you know, because we loved it. We were in a band for 12 years. I mean, Terry Carter and I started that band. I was literally 13 and he was 15 and playing the clubs, you know, as Wrathchild. And it was 1981, you know, and we got our name from Iron Maiden's second record. And as we did, you know, Ides of March, Wrathchild, baby.
Wrathchild.
But and we loved metal and all, but we were raised, you know, in West Virginia and Maryland, and so we had an eclectic musical palette, you know, with like my dad loved Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson and all the Johnny Cash, all the country and the 50s, you know, and then my mom loved Creedence Clearwater Revival and the Beatles and Stones and that rocker world, you know, and Sly and the Family Stone, you know, just huge. That's what I grew up listening to. And so I always liked an eclectic blend and had a wide palette musically, you know. And so all those Wrathchild guys were the same, Terry, Brad, and Jay, you know, and we all just really liked to, like we were one of the first bands that played Motorhead and GBH, and because I mean they were covers when we first started playing all around the East Coast. It was you had to play covers,
Yeah.
Right.
like you literally had to play. Like the clubs had a list, like
Oh.
Highway to Hell or whatever, like whatever was popular at rock radio. They wanted you to play Bon Jovi or what the fuck ever,
Yeah.
and we were like, you know.
Yeah.
So we'd have to play like "Living on a Prayer" by Bon Jovi or whatever. So we'd
Yeah.
put "Slut" by GBH in the set. You know what I mean? Try and balance it out.
Just
That's
to
how
mix things up, just to mix things up a little bit, right?
yeah, try and balance out the gayness. You know what I mean? But
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, yeah,
Crazy.
man. But by the time we got signed and we were doing all originals and all that, we didn't have a focus. And I'll tell you a funny story about Wrathchild that is some inside skinny shit. Like we had two deals on the table, and one was Columbia Records and one was Atlantic. And Columbia was offering more money. And so but Atlantic had come in first, and they said they would give us Michael Wagner
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
to produce,
To produce.
who would
Yeah.
accept all these killer
All
metal
these, yeah,
bands,
yeah.
Raven,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
these great sounding records at the time
Yeah.
that we wanted that sound of metal. And we were like, oh, wow, interesting. And then Columbia came in with like a lot more money. And our manager's like, oh, but Columbia's offering 150,000, whatever it was.
Right.
And we were like, oh shit, but we want to be on Atlantic. And Atlantic, Jason Flom, had heard that we were entertaining offers from Columbia and they were offering more money. So in that time, Michael Wagner got pulled off the table
Yeah.
somehow.
Bummer.
Oh,
And we ended up going back and signing with Atlantic for less money, but we felt I'll tell you the real reason why, because fucking AC/DC was on Atlantic.
Yeah.
And we wanted listen, that's it. We were young and dumb. We wanted that green and red label on
Yeah.
our record.
Yeah.
So it looked like AC and Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason. And I'm like, we didn't have like management per se. And so we picked out, we want to be on Atlantic because that's where AC/DC is.
Yeah.
And so
Basically.
turns out it was a dumb decision because then Atlantic gave us this cat named Mark Dernley to produce that first record. And Mark Dernley, great bloke.
Mhm.
I haven't seen him since 1988 and he did that record for us, but I never say bad things about people. But I will say this. He engineered Back in Black and For Those About to Rock. And so Atlantic gave this engineer, wanted to give him a shot at
At
producing.
producing. Yeah. Yeah.
And so they give him to us.
Yeah.
Well, Mark wasn't a producer and he never went on to produce after us. And I remember we gave him a song called Hell's Gates, right?
Yeah.
And in it, I go, digga, 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 digga. I'm doing this fast double bass thrash.
Right.
And he had no clue. It was going,
Oh.
yeah. And
Oh,
Brad
like-
Divins comes in.
It's like a
Brad
smear.
comes in. Brad was a sound man anyway, like before, he for extra money, he'd be running sound on bands in the local area because he's great. He runs sound for Disturbed now or whatever. He's a big sound man, Brad Divin.
Yeah.
And so anyway, even back then he was a great sound man. So we're in the studio in Los Angeles, some fancy studio, doing our first record on Atlantic. And I go, we're doing Hell's Gates and it's going, and I come in, I go, oh my God, and Brad's like, and Mark Dernley looked at us and said, yeah, I've never heard two bass drums played like that. And we were like, dude, like you haven't heard Metallica yet? I mean,
Right.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, and long story short, Brad said, just scoot over. And he sits down and Brad dialed in my kick drum. And so, and that's just, look, that's engineer shit that
Yeah.
that guy didn't know. So let alone saying to us, hey guys, all right, here's a catchy song, Climbing the Walls, right? But instead of just dropping into a blues section right in the middle of a metal fucking thrash song, why don't you make the transitions flow a little better or
Yeah.
whatever? Like,
Lighter.
give me,
Lighter.
I was like, 20 years old, dude. Like, and we were all young guys. So we needed a real producer like Michael Wagner probably could have done, and like kind of smacked
Yeah.
us into shape. Look, you guys got something. It's different, but you need to be palatable so we can get your ass on tour with I don't know, somebody that's big. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
we kept getting these like and great bands that I love, but small tours. And
Right.
and it just seemed to like we didn't like the sound of our first record either. And it came out, it was very thin. It didn't go gung 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 gung.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
didn't have the lower mids and the boogie sound that we had
Yeah.
live though.
Yeah.
Like Jay of Benny and Terry, they had the boogie, they had the fucking gear to get that sound, which Anthrax got in. Everybody, these guys, took out the mids, put the high and low, made that sound.
Yeah.
We, we. I'll tell you this: the second record, 3D,
This
we
is
we
awesome.
we. Thank you. I love that record.
Me
But
too.
again, the production,
Yeah.
right? Drums and bass and vocals sound fucking great. You know who mixed or engineered that, by the way? Do you know?
No.
Wacko, the drummer of Raven.
Oh,
Oh.
really?
Yeah, the original
Wow.
drummer wore the fucking hockey
Yeah.
mask.
The
Yeah.
hockey mask. Yeah.
He, he was Alex Perialis' engineer up in Ithaca, New York, when we went and did that record, 3D, right? And we picked though. Here's the deal: after the first record, and Atlantic put that record out, and so blue, the color blue, it's for insanity, and we figured, we wanted the maze, and that was our idea to have a guy trapped in a maze,
Right.
and
Yeah.
he's looking up and climbing the walls. So Atlantic hires some guy to paint that record cover for us, right? And we didn't mind the blueness because blue is for insanity, but they made the dude, the little guy
Yeah.
that's in the maze. If you all know, are you
Right.
familiar?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So
Yeah.
it's this guy looking up, right?
Yeah.
He's looking up. He's trapped in a maze. He was taller than the walls in
Yeah.
the original picture,
Yeah.
and we're like, wait. We look at him. We're like, well, wait. That dude could just jump on top
Jump over the
of
wall,
the
right?
maze and just walk out to the end of it, And they're like, oh, I guess you're right. Anyway, they had to had the artist redid it. But we were always just thinking like, how I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
So with the blue color, right? So you turn the record over. I don't know if y'all have the vinyl of it.
Oh,
But
I
you
do.
turn it over,
I don't.
and they used like pink,
Oh, yeah.
la-
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
pink, lavender. I guess you
Yeah.
could say lavender, but to us it was fucking frilly
It was
pink.
pink.
I'm not signing with a label Frilly Pink Records. You know what I mean? But anyway, and we were like stuck with when we got the art, we were so excited too. Oh my God, a record's come.
Yeah.
They've sent the records. You're gonna get your first record in the mail. And Atlantic sent us a box, and we opened the box. We all got together, of course.
Right.
And I said, "It's pink, man."
It's sort of like, that story reminds me of Fistful of Metal, in the Anthrax first album. Because
Yeah,
Scott Ian said the same thing. It's pink.
Yeah.
was
The
it
very-
pink?
Yeah, the
I
very
didn't-
first cut.
The very
is-
first
it-
cut.
It's pink.
Yeah.
Oh, but
it
they
was.
made it black though for the
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. We didn't have the power to change ours.
Change
So
that,
it
right?
changed to this day. But so I'll say this though. So the second record though, the art I love
Yeah.
it. I love everything about it. It's black. We have we look metal.
Yeah.
And then in the all the lyrics inside, they put every lyric. I wrote each one, hand wrote all those lyrics, by the
Oh,
way.
nice.
And for the inside art, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, but the reason we had picked Alex Perialis was because of those Anthrax records and how great they sounded. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
And then we get our record, and there it was. The guitars, they didn't have the chunk, and it's if you listen, it's a good sounding record. I mean,
Yeah, it
the
is.
drums, like I said, everything sounds great, but if you turn it up, the lead solos and everything, it hurts. It's that piercing fucking high end
Yeah.
that the squirrely bands had with that me sound. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't us. And so I remember, I forget who it was now, but I said, what the fuck? We get Alex Perialis strictly because, of how great Scott Ian's sound was
Yeah.
on Anthrax, and they said that's just it. It was Scott Ian.
Oh.
You know, it wasn't Alex. Alex Perry Alice took all the glory. I produced that record, you know, so but he had no clue
Yeah.
of how to get,
That
how
sound.
to,
That
how
tone,
to
yeah.
get that
That tone.
tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that's one thing. If we, Brad and I talk about it all the time, like, man, if we could,
Remaster it.
remix it, like
Remix it.
remastering,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
remastering doesn't quite do it, you know,
Yeah.
with, because they remastered these. If
Yeah.
you've heard it, they did, and they do
Yeah.
sound better. They do sound better. But I was still like, yeah, and the guitar still hurts my ears. It should be a warmer crunch, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
not that tinny crunch that when you turn it up, it sounds like brain darts. You can't, you know. And Terry
Right.
like played that high shit that sounds so good, like when Eddie Van Halen does it. But the
Yeah.
way they mix those records, boy, it to me, to us, you know, it kind of
Yeah.
ruined. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but no
Still good. The
negativity.
music though. Still awesome
No,
music.
that's right. No negativity, because I'm
No.
proud. We're all proud of the eclectic sound we had. That didn't sound like Metallica or Anthrax or fucking
Nope.
anybody.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Yeah, you were unique. You had your own influences, and you could, incorporate them into your sound. And that it's still heavy. It's still a metal album, but varied. And,
Yeah.
it has a lot of variety to it. So it's fantastic.
Thank you.
That's the
It's
best.
it's weird fucking talking about something that
Yeah.
came out 35 years ago or
Yeah.
whatever it is. And you know, and it had a song on it called Prego, because Prego here in America was a spaghetti sauce.
Yeah.
And so Prego's tagline, like their selling line,
Yeah.
was Prego, it's in there. And so we were like, you know, that's kind of what we are. There's little blues, little
Yeah.
reggae, little funk, a lot of metal, a lot of
Oh, man.
thrash, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
but it's
sure.
in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So then, after Wrathchild America, you transmorphed into Souls at Zero.
Yes.
What was that
Yes.
like? What the?
Well, you know, it sucked ass,
Yeah.
because I'll tell you the good part was
Mm.
we hated the name Wrathchild America because we were Wrathchild.
Yeah.
And we were Wrathchild for a good 6 years and packing all the clubs and
Yeah.
we rose in the top of the metal heap on the East Coast to a major label signing being Wrathchild.
Yeah.
And then we signed to this major label who has fucking Led Zeppelin and AC/DC, and a little band from England come and sued us, and they could prove that they had the name the same week we did. So when
Oh.
Maiden's album came out,
Yeah.
that Wrathchild UK also saw that song and said, "Wow, what a good name! Let's be Wrathchild."
Let's be Wrathchild,
And
right?
they could prove it just like we proved it, because my mom cut out a piece of paper from the newspaper that said
Oh, yeah.
Wrathchild
Yeah.
playing at Shug's bar, right? That was the bar. It was 1981. And it said Shug's. It had the date.
Yeah.
So we could prove that this week in
You
1981
were
we had,
called Wrathchild, right?
right. And
Yeah.
then they had the same week.
Yeah.
Can you fucking believe it? And so,
No.
but so we were like, okay, well, and so this is Atlantic coming to us. Look, guys, you know, this band, they got the same week. We can't really do anything. So, and we were like, okay, so we'll change our name. And we had MF Pipples was a name that I ended up using in another one of my bands, and Souls at Zero. And Souls at Zero was a chapter in a Clive Barker Books of Blood book, Souls at Zero. And I thought,
Oh.
oh, I
Okay.
got that shit tattooed on my head, man. But anyway, my disturbed outlook on that whole Atlantic by then, because they were Atlantic, and Wrathchild, the other one in the UK, they were literally on, I'm gonna make some Cheeseburger Records.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
but I mean, you know what I mean? Like they were literally on this very small.
I don't even
independent
know. I
label.
don't even know that band. I don't know. I don't know if Chuck does. I don't know any.
Oh,
But
I,
Rothschild in
I,
the
Yeah.
I
UK,
knew
you
that
do?
story about that,
Yeah.
but I
Well,
didn't
but I
know that
don't
it was
know.
the same week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had the newspaper clipping,
Yeah.
and so we couldn't do anything. But and what sucked about it though was that we're like, you're Atlantic Records, you can't crush this fucking little label band and just give
Yeah.
them money or something? And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, no. So we're like, okay, we'll change our name to Soldier Zero then. And then Atlantic, Jason Blum, I'll say his name right out there. They're like, he's like, nah, 6 years in the clubs, you guys have such a fan base that you can't change the name. So what you can do, they're saying, like now that the band from England's dictating to us what we can do.
Oh
They said,
man.
so Atlantic comes up says, what they said you can do is be Wrathchild America. And we were like, and what are they? And they get to be Wrathchild UK.
Oh.
So we're like, well, why can't we be Wrathchild US? Wrathchild US, Wrathchild UK. No,
Nope.
Oh.
no, their lawyer said no. You have to be Wrathchild America. So, and here's the shit. Here's that kick in the balls part, right? So, the A in the word America has to be as big as the W in the word Wrathchild. And so all the correspond. So we couldn't even put Wrathchild and then put cool underneath it.
American.
Well, but we could have made it look cool and you could still
Yeah.
read it, but it would
Yeah.
look cooler. No. So now when you see it, like it's weird even. The first record, it looks weird. Like even how the A is, it's just fucking looks like a cartoon.
Yeah.
And we never liked it. So the good news when we got dropped was the bad news after the second record. You know,
Right.
they gave us 2 records and then the rest were their option. And they said, yeah. And we had sold over 80,000 copies, which nowadays would be fucking rad, right? But back
Yeah.
then, that's like, you're out of here, right?
Yeah.
80,000, you suck. And so we were like, God damn. Well, one good thing, now we can change the name to Souls of Zero. You know, it was the
Finally.
same 4 guys, you know, same 4 guys were Wrathchild. And then we got dropped from Atlantic, changed our name to Souls of Zero. We met a cat named Eric, and he ran or was an A&R at this new label called Energy Records, and out of New York City. And they were all in with the whole at the time it was Concrete Marketing. I don't know if you're all
Oh
familiar,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
I
and
remember that.
they had these big shows out in LA on Concrete like thing. It was kind of like a NAMM show, but all music companies and stuff. And we went out there and played that and with Souls of Zero and got all this cool, like we thought that this Energy record would be a really cool underground thing. I mean, independent thing.
Right. Right.
But it turned out it was so independent. Like we were going out with, I don't know, we did a tour with Propane, which were on Energy too. And it was like Crowbar. And these are all great bands, by the way. But man, we're playing literally in front of 150, 200 people now. And,
Oh
you know,
wow. Yeah.
and as our new band. And we were used to being Wrathchild on Atlantic and playing with Testament and Pantera and fucking, you know, whatever. I don't know. It was just, uh, we were disjointed, disheveled, and we were and not happy.
Yeah.
And the gigs started coming now few and farther, you know, few and farther apart. And
Yeah.
then next thing you know, I'm moving in with my best friend because you know, and I've been living on my own since I was 18. Now I'm like 25 and I got to move in with my buddy who had a house because I can't afford fucking rent.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, you know, and it was real life. And so, you know, and so I did. I met the singer of Ugly Kid Joe, Wick Crane, had come backstage at a Souls at Zero show and said, dude, you know, come to California. And like I said, you know, like those guys, Souls, I mean, Wrathchild Souls, that was my life, my best friends. But, you know, they all understood except Terry Carter, who didn't talk to me for a couple years. But we, you know, then made up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And are friends to this day. But yeah, and I left and went to California, and that led to Ugly Kid. But you know, those Wrathchild years were some of the best of my life, and some of the most crazy rock and roll stories because it was the '80s. We survived the '80s. I mean, you know, everything was just you know, it was fucking, you know, crazy time. I can't believe it. We were all like, my God, we lived. You know.
Yeah. We survived, right?
We toured Europe with Gangrene.
Yeah.
Oh
I
man.
mean, if you know anything about punk rock, you'll know right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great. And Chris is the real deal, man. I've never drank, so I can't believe we lived. And we did killer shows like in Holland with 7 Seconds. We played GBH in London. Just crazy, crazy cool stories.
That's
Wrathchild, man,
awesome.
some of the best years of my life, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
And listen to this. This is crazy. So Brad Divins is singer, bass player, Wrathchild.
Yep.
His wife, Alicia is her name, and she runs a charity called Ladders to Leaders, right? And it's she had now she has four, but she had three sober homes. And sober homes for people I'm in recovery 10 years.
Awesome, man.
Happily sober, by the
Yeah.
way. 10 years.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
And not bragging, that saved my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
good.
Yeah.
And so I try to help. And Godsmack, we had this thing called the Scars Foundation, where it's about talking shit out, man.
Yeah.
Happiness is within, all that.
Yeah.
And so anyway, Brad Divins from Wrathchild, his wife Alicia has this thing, Ladders Leaders. Well, it was a year or 2 years ago. So 3 years ago, year before the last year. And she was about to lose these sober homes
Oh,
because of the rent and just the way the government or the country is, and just she was running out of money,
yeah.
couldn't raise enough money. And each sober home has like 5 people that live there, that are depend on this shit. And so she went to Brad, who at the time was sober for 6 years. So he was pretty new to recovery.
hmm
But over the hump, so he knew he's happy and he's going to be sober for the rest of his life, like me. And so he gets the idea from his girlfriend. What if you and Shannon called Bob and Brian from Kicks? Remember that band
Oh,
Kicks?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
They were,
Oh, yeah.
so Bob Paré and Brian fucking Damage Forsyth, who was an idol, by the way, of
Yeah.
mine. I idolized that guy as a kid, looking up. First band I ever saw was The Shoes, which was Kicks later.
Later.
And
Oh,
Okay.
I was nine years old. My first concert.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
I
So
looked
that's
up at that stage. I saw Brian Damage Forsyth. Anyway, here I am, and Brad Divins called me. This year before last, a couple years ago, yeah. And Brad Divins, my old friend, he's like, "Hey, bro, the wife has this idea, and I already called Bob and Brian of Kicks, and we do like this Kicks Wrathchild thing where we get together and just play covers and a couple Kick songs, couple Wrathchild songs, but mostly we can play." I don't know, Aerosmith, Zeppelin, ZZ Top, fucking
Yeah.
everything we love,
yeah.
Yeah.
covers.
What you love.
And so I go, okay, where? And they're like the Maryland Theater. And I'm like, Maryland Theater's still there? And well, I played the Maryland Theater in Wrathchild, opening when I was 15, opening for Foghat.
Oh.
With,
Awesome.
with Lonesome Dave, though, full for the real
Yeah.
Foghat. Like
The real
now
Foghat.
they're back without Lonesome Dave. He probably died of old age. I don't know.
Right.
We saw him back then. I was 15, and I remember saying, "Oh my God, look how old they are." And they were probably in their 40s then.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now look at me. I'm 59. Everybody probably look how old that guy is, man. But so anyway, long story short, dude, we do this concert and learned 35. We played 2.5 hours. Played, oh my God, if I had the set list, just so many cool songs, ZZ Top, all this cool shit. It was so fun. Like
Yeah.
and I'm in a band with Brian fucking Forsyth and Bob Parr. It was
Yeah.
pretty cool. And
Awesome.
and we played Kicks. We played Atomic Bombs. I don't know if you all know Kicks.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
But
I do.
we
I love
we played Atomic Bombs with
Yeah.
Brian Forsyth and Brad Divins singing. It was amazing, man. And we didn't take 1 cent, by the way. It was pure charity for Brad's wife. We raised $60,000 that night.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
And
awesome.
saved all three of the sober homes. And then, giving them, they need rent. The
Right.
people get right out of rehab and go to these homes. So they don't
Yeah.
have money. And not only did we 60K save those three, but she could open this fourth one that she had been wanting to open and found, this house. So four of them. And then so the very next year, which was last year, or no, this January passed, we played it again, the same theater, Marin Theater.
Oh, man.
Raised over $50,000 again.
Wow.
Didn't get paid 1 cent. Paid for our tickets, our flights, and all that.
Yeah.
So, and it was such a fun thing. but it's in a theater, a sit down, beautiful, warm old theater, right? And so it sounded wonderful and it looks amazing. It's the red velvet seats and that kind of theater vibe, wooden stage, it sounded so fucking good. And crowd, you know what I mean? But we're playing like AC/DC. We're playing. Doug Pinnick got up and sang Thin Lizzy Jailbreak
Oh
with us.
man, really?
Oh.
Yeah, fucking John Moyer from Disturbed came up and played Riff Raff and all this shit.
Yeah.
Like we had some friends there,
That's
and
awesome.
and Jimmy Chocolate from Kicks came up and I came out and sang Slave to My Dick by the Subhumans, which I used to do, and I sang My Way by Sid Vicious.
Oh, awesome.
I did. You can look online. It's online. Jimmy Chocolate at Kicks on drums, Brad fucking Divins on bass, and Brian and Bob Kicks guitars, and I'm singing fucking. And I said, Sid Vicious wasn't much of a bass player, and he wasn't much of a singer, and I'm not either. And then we played My Way. But anyway, so that thing put me back in a band with Brad. And all of a sudden we realized that it was Bob, Brian, Brad, and Shannon. So BBBS, the Bees. So we're the Bees, right? And so we said, you know what? Imagine if we were playing this cool set of all these, and they're party songs, you know what I mean? And we were all in clubs for the beginning of our musical lives. So Brad said, imagine if we were playing this in a club, and we're all sober guys. Brian Forsyth been sober 28 years now.
Nice.
But we like to play in front of drunk people. That's right. I mean,
Yeah, it's
playing a
fun.
bunch of sober people.
Yeah.
But if you're drunk, they're all whoa, yeah. You know what I mean? We want some action, right?
Right.
So we're like, fuck it, man. Plus, and nothing for nothing. But it's nice to get paid to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I quit my big fucking day job, so I need some dough anyway. So we're like, Brad's like, dude, there's this bar, and because it's a mom and pop record store, which are going away in America.
Yeah.
It's like people don't buy records much, and so now, anyway, it's a legit mom and pop record store with the used records, all the shit.
Oh, fantastic.
And so the owner of that, which I've been there, and I always spend way too much money buying records. I love vinyl.
Been there.
So I'm talking to the guy, and he's like, yeah, and he took me over. He's like, this is going to be my club. So I saw it, and then it was just a big empty room, but it holds like 1,200 people, just a big rectangular room like Lemoyne in Brooklyn or something, and a big stage with the lights and PA. So you don't have to bring lights and PA. And we just bring our drums and amps and guitars and boom. And then they offered us money. And we were like, oh shit, we can actually do this for fun and get paid. I pay for my flight,
Yeah.
And I'm in a band with Brad Divins again. So life is good. Oh,
that's awesome.
Check this out. Here's the coolest part. I should play it for you. I wonder if I can. We made a song.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Brian and Brad and Bob, the three Bs, the band, they fucking went in Brad Divins' studio and laid down this song. And I told them, they know me. You want me to play drums on your song? Don't put a drum machine, even as a, like marker or whatever.
Marker.
Right.
Yeah.
Click.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Now I hear that beat and that, I don't. So they did it and just sent me to the click. And then so I could hear whatever beats came to me as if I'm like when they show me a riff in a room, if I'm writing a song with somebody, he's like, shows me the riff, and then I know right away what my drum's gonna be, not what a drum machine would be as a click track.
Yeah.
Right.
So they did it all up, dude. Put the vocals and the bass, everything was on there. And I heard, with the drums, I heard it. And I have a studio here at my house I'm sitting in actually.
Yeah.
And dude, it had, like I was afraid they'd try and be Wrathchild or Kicks,
Yeah.
We're not, they're older than me. And I'm old. And so, it's so good, y'all. The song's called The Drip, and it sounds like a mixture of Skinner, the Stones, and Tom Petty-ish,
Oh
like.
wow,
Yeah.
So
cool.
it's mellow and it's got this killer like. Oh man! So I was just blown away, and so we're gonna put that song out and for free and just give it away. I'll show you all my drums.
Oh man, that's awesome.
You'll love this. Look at these bad boys.
Oh yeah, there they are.
Can you see them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah, we
yeah.
can. Yes, we can.
Yes. That makes
That,
me happy. That makes me happy.
that's awesome. So when is that song gonna come out? Do you know?
Well, we're gonna probably put the song out. Brad had to fly to fucking Istanbul. He's Enrique Iglesias sound man.
Oh
Okay.
shit! Wow. All right.
I'm talking for 15 years now. Like he
Mhm.
did Disturbed and he does some rock band Slayer or whatever,
Yeah.
but only when he's off from Enrique. And if Enrique calls, twice he had to leave the Disturbed tour, but he had told Disturbed,
Right.
and
Yeah. Right.
and now they like his assistant mixer, like it's a computer. So when Brad mixes, he can set the thing, the
Yeah.
faders, and so just with so anyway, he told Disturb if I have I might have to go. And twice on that tour, Enrique called and said, "Hey, you got to go to Dubai for the night and check it out." Like Enrique, he'll go to Dubai and play the Crown Prince's daughter's birthday party.
What?
And Brad, and I swear to you, for $3 million,
Holy
and
shit!
oh yeah, and like,
Yeah.
and Brad said so he'll get the call from Enrique, who sends the private jet to Brad,
Mhm.
and Brad goes over to Dubai in 6 hours with Enrique and one dude, the manager or whoever, and
Yeah.
they literally Brad's like they land, literally get chauffeured to this man Prince's house,
Mhm.
and where they have like a little stage, and then he's Brad filmed some of it. There's Enrique, who I've seen in stadiums from being friends with Brad. I went to see him.
Yeah.
There he is on a state with like 25, 30, 10-year-old
Kids.
girls,
Cool.
and he just him and his guitar. And Brad's supposed to be the sound man. He's like, it's just Enrique and his guitar, and a mic. He's like, I'm just basically partying, hanging out. It's so wild.
Oh my god, that's
So
awesome.
anyway, he's back though, and he said that this year he's going to devote more time to home and his wife. And he last year and the year before he was on the road for like 10 months out of the year. And and it's
That's a
it's
lot.
really it's
Yeah.
really good money. It's really good
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
That's why I quit Godsmack, by the way. We were going 7-8 months a year every year for 25 years. I'm like, and I love that band. I love those guys, by the way. It was just they want to keep touring like that forever. And
Yeah.
like they're those dudes. It makes Robbie and Sully feel younger, feel stronger, feel better to be on tour and fucking,
Right.
Yeah.
where I felt weaker and older and wished I was home. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, but listen, man, I want to say this out loud that the first, so say I toured for 40 years and I loved more than anything else the first 35. So it was only until I started just, I don't know, after the pandemic changed
Yeah.
me, all of a sudden
Okay.
now I was home and we were forced to be home for a whole year without one show. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden I was like, my priorities sort of shifted.
Ah.
And I have these koi fish and I have these turtles, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I
I
saw
mean,
that video. Do you get the flyover? That's so awesome.
oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
So and we made that shit, me and two of my buddies, like
Dude, that
literally.
place that looks cool as shit. That winding river you've got the fish swimming through there. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
It
Yeah.
is, man. Thanks. I mean, and there's fish I know every single one of them. I lost 4 fish last year. To like one bacterial infection that was in there that was a flesh-eating bacteria, literally in my pond. And
Oh,
I know pond maintenance. I know KH, pH, all this stuff, and over years of experience. And right now, by the way, all my fish are completely 100% healthy and happy,
Nice.
Great. Yeah,
and
nice.
everything's really good with the turtles too.
Nice.
But having that year off in the pandemic, and then it spread into 21, and everything was still closed. But then
Mm-hmm.
people started doing like these weird concerts at
Yeah. So
drive-ins,
yeah, drive-ins.
drive-in
Yeah.
and shit. And I was like, yeah, I'm not into that. And in fact, I don't know if I want to tour anymore.
Right.
And that's when Tony and I were talking to Sully and Robbie about it. And Sully at first was like, yeah, man, I don't we should just tour, just do America,
Mhm,
once a
mhm.
year. And no more records. He had even announced final record and all this. That wasn't us. That was him. And he said, "What do you guys think about no more records? And we just play festivals and shit in the summers and get old and
Yeah.
but no,
Yeah.
and
Do the
just
summer tour.
Yeah.
yeah." And we were like, "Yeah, cool." And then we finished Lighting Up the Sky, the final record, and released it, and it's like it's Godsmack, man. And so it's a juggernaut here in America, and we got three number ones, and it fucking made more money than we've ever made ever in touring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And all of a sudden, and me and Tony had already made the decision we didn't want to tour anymore, and Robbie and Sully were like, "Are you fucking kidding me? This is the best we've ever done. Like this is
Right.
the best. This is the low hanging fruit, boys. And it just, and not that it's about money and all that, but it's not about money. And so, and it's not to those guys, I'm not trying to insinuate that. I'm just saying it became, we got to keep going and touring and touring. And then
Right.
then he booked Europe. And that's when Tony and I were like, look, man, we're out, and we
Right.
quit. How about that? We quit. What? And it was a big deal when the four of us, but at the end it was all love, and we worked it out because those guys were simply like,
Yeah. They want to keep going.
They want to keep
it
going,
makes
right?
us it makes us feel young and hell and badass to keep
Mhm.
touring. Like Sully was like, I'll be like fucking Rod Stewart, I'll do when I'm 80, and I'm like, well, that's cool. I did, I flew out and saw Rod Stewart. He's 82.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw him, like, me and my best friend went to Vegas like 4 months ago, literally. And I saw his last American show. And my God, he sang fucking Faces and everything. I mean,
Oh
it,
man.
Yeah.
it was amazing. And I mean, so, more power. I hope Sully can be 82 and fucking singing, I fucking hate you or whatever. But but I'm not gonna be on the stage with him. That's all.
Yeah.
But but we're dear friends though, and still to this day. And I
That's
wanted
cool.
everybody should know that it really was no bullshit money and drugs or sex or anything gay shit like that. It was all about Tony and I want a tour. And boom, those guys said, all right. So now Wade Murph is the new drummer, and Sam Bam Colton is the new guitarist. And I see them online. They look great and sound
Yeah.
great. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. I could nitpick probably and say, well, chemistry, you can't buy and sell chemistry. It's a
Yeah.
different band.
It's a
It
Mm-hmm.
different
is a
band.
different. It is a
Different
different
dynamics.
band.
It's different dynamics.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But it still sounds great. And the thing about Godsmack always was, it was our songs. We weren't like Motley Crue or some band that's everybody's famous.
Yeah.
I could go to fucking Home Depot and buy a tractor. Nobody says, "Oh,
Nobody says
Godsmack."
nothing, right? Hey, hey.
Yeah, I mean, they might, because of the way I look, they might say, "Hey, are you in a band or what
Something like
band?"
that. Yeah.
But it's not like I'm some fucking Tommy Lee or some shit, because we played the thing like, purposely, and Sully's smart like that. We called the record Faceless, my first record, because we wanted to run without overexposing. And
Yeah.
and Godsmack also, we put records out 4 years apart. And so we would add an extra year. We'd take a year to write and record, which is excessive even, but we were a big band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'd take a year to write and record, 2 years to tour,
The tour.
and then a year off to fuck off
Yeah.
Yeah.
and get away from each other, so
Yeah.
that when we came back after a year and everybody could write their own riffs and shit, then
Yeah.
we get back after for that year of being together again, and we actually missed each other, and it
Yeah.
was fun getting together and writing, and so all the records were great. So I would say, but not every, that's the thing. We were blessed and lucky to be able to take a year off.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
Right.
every 3 years. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like if we'd had a record come out and flop, then we wouldn't have had that grace period. We'd have to get back in, get to work.
Yeah.
We better make something, or else Universal will have us wearing dresses, maybe fucking, eating children and drinking fucking blood or something. I don't know. But we're not part of that club. We didn't eat no children. I tell you that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So
Well, what do you think, man? Any questions about Amen?
yeah. Yeah.
Amen. Well,
You know Amen? You
I
guys
know
hear of
Amen.
Amen?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I heard
So I
Amen.
did Amen, right? I did
Yeah.
Amen. And so the great Casey Chaos left us last year. He died.
Yeah.
He died. And he had a heart attack in his couch in LA. And that's all I heard. And I spoke, believe me, to close friends. And so here's the good news. When I was doing the 4 record in 2007 in Los Angeles with Godsmack, Casey called me and said, "Hey, you want to come in the studio? I got Hollywood Sound on Hollywood Boulevard. It's a little studio booked for the night from 8 till whenever, 8 p.m. Can you come and just make some music with me?" And I said, "Fuck yeah." And so I went and met Casey Chaos at Hollywood Sound. We went in there at 8 p.m., walked out at 4 in the morning with with almost 20 songs
Wow.
he had the songs and how we wrote
Yeah.
Amen. He would show me the songs and I'd help him arrange and we put the songs together next. So I put down all those songs, right? And then Casey ended up going to Norway and living with Satir from Satyricon, started a band called Scum. He was in Europe for a while. And so we lost touch for a little bit. But then he ended up back in America and moved to Vegas. And at this point, Godsmack was on, I don't know, the 5th or 6th record. I can't remember. And we rolled through Vegas and Casey Chaos calls. "Hey, man, you want to come over? I'm in Vegas now and see my house and maybe go to the studio." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah." And we did it again, dude. So I go to Casey Chaos house. And by the way, Casey Chaos had the best record collection you have ever seen. And I mean, I don't even know, thousands of that, like as big as a record store, but records and CDs and just cassettes, everything. Anyway, all his records were like in bins that you flip through and all that.
Oh man.
And so I spent hours there and we're talking, and he was like an encyclopedia of music too. And so, and then he's like, "Okay, so you still have time? You want to go?" I got 5 or 6 songs.
Yeah.
We ended up going in this little studio in Vegas, churning out another 12 songs, right? So now I had like literally, he's got 25 songs with me and him on drums, right? And then Godsmack continued on, it carried on. In the meantime, Casey Chaos got this guy named Ali and this guy named John King, who are guitar players from London. And they got in the band Amen with Casey, Toomer John from Snot on bass,
Oh, yeah.
And uh, and then, so Casey had my drum tracks, and Casey sends me a picture, by the way, and says, "You're gonna love this. Here's who I got playing drums for Amen. It's Dave Lombardo." And,
Oh man.
and I go, and he knew how excited I would be. And I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't fucking believe it. And so anyway, and then one other drummer played, the great Roy Mayorga. If you know,
Oh yeah, bro.
Ministry, Stone
Yeah.
Sour, Nausea, that dude.
Soulfly, I
and
believe, also.
Soulfly, that was
Soulfly,
my
yeah.
his best record, dude.
Yeah.
Soulfly.
Yeah.
Wow. That first Soulfly, yes, that was Roy.
Yeah.
And he's a dear friend of mine, by the way, too.
Yeah.
I love, he ran sound for Amen. That's how I knew him.
That's
Before
crazy.
before he did Soulfly and
He
all
did
that, he ran
Soulfly.
sound for
Yeah.
Amen. I swear to God.
Yeah.
And and Nausea, by the way, he played for this punk band in New York, and I knew him from Nausea before. Anyway, so 3 songs by Roy, 10 songs by Lombardo, 24 songs by me. So that's 2 records of material, right? So they got the great Mike Frazier to mix.
The mixed
Who,
album, yeah.
you know, he's a famous mixer. He also mixed the final record that I did with the original lineup of Amen called "We Have Come for Your Parents,"
Yeah.
and that's on Virgin Records. If you haven't heard that,
Yeah.
it's like if your face was paint. "We Have Come for Your Parents" is fucking paint peeler. It will peel your fucking
Show your
face right
face, right?
off. And it's something, man. And Mike Frazier missed the hell of that. So anyway, we get these guys, Ollie and John King, get you know, they went through the loss, by the way, and lost Casey, the human. And so and they knew Casey's wishes and what he wanted. And so they meticulously over the last year, and they have all his vocals, see. So
Oh.
they finished I don't know, 28 songs worth of music.
Holy
And
cow.
and it's going to come out. And Mike Frazier mixed. So there was two sides of us, Amen. And there was the disorderly conduct slave, Amen. Before I was in the band, honestly, but that's like the punk rock circle jerk sound in Amen, where Casey was the real deal punk rock,
Yep.
and Black Flag sounded shit, right? But then there's the metal crossover that became Como America, and the second record, "We Have Come for Your Parents,"
Yeah.
"The Price of Reality," and stuff like that, which we would have been probably big and famous, Amen. And we were on Virgin Records, right?
Yeah.
And the president of Virgin's name was Nancy, and I can't remember her last name now, but she was the president of Virgin. She loved Casey and she loved Amen. We were a fucking freak show, right? But we came in and it came down to this. She said, "Look, we have the one song on your record we can push at MTV and we can push at radio, but it's the only one we got. So you need to change this word."
Oh.
She said to Casey Chaos, and Casey Chaos said, and you know, and we all backed him. Yeah, fuck them, we're punk. And um and then Nancy said, "Oh, okay." And they put the record out to no promotion, no,
Oh.
we didn't get nothing. And but she tried in her defense in case Casey was true. And but the word was in the line of the song, you guys can listen to it, you'll enjoy it. If you like metal and punk, you'll love Amen anyway. But "We Have Come for Your Parents" classic. The song "The Price of Reality," and in the chorus, Casey's lyric, and he sings, "Abortion candy machine, what is the price of reality?" So the question of the abortion candy machine was, what is the price of reality, right?
Yeah.
All Nancy wanted was just take the word. She goes, "I don't care what you put in there, ashtray, candy machine, whatever, but it can't be abortion."
Can't be abortion.
And again, Casey said, "Fuck you." And that was the only record. Then they dropped us after that. And you know what I mean? But it was a true punk thing. And he was a true punk. And so in the history of music, I don't care if it's only 10 people know this story, but know that Casey Chaos and Amen were real. And we were fucking punk. And we lived it. And all these years later, that brilliant man is going to put out From the Grave two awesome records this year. And one's hardcore American punk, and one is what Amen was on "We Have Come for Your Children," or "We Have Come for Your Parents."
Yeah, for your parents.
Come for
Now
your
it would
parents,
be
'cause
for your children. It makes sense, right?
we were the children, right?
Yeah.
Now we should make it "We Have Come for Your
You
Children."
come for your children. Yeah, it makes sense. Now
We're the old men now.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. But like, so like on that video, like if you look, I'm looking at a poster right now. Yeah, I'll show you. I can show you. That's right. We're on Zoom. But here's what so we found these four, like, I don't know, 8-year-old boys, dress them like priests and give them axes, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But yeah, that was Casey.
Yeah.
He was a bloody mess, man. Can you see him?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, we can.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But that was some real shit, man. And I'm so proud that that's coming out. So if you guys
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
spread the word in Portugal, Amen fans, got a new record coming
Yeah.
out, man. Yeah, the new Godsmack's out right now with me and Tony, our final show.
Yeah,
Did you
the
know
live
that?
album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Live. And that was
live.
our final show,
Yeah.
October 26th. After that night was the retirement party,
Wow.
which is on that video. If you see the DVD, if you ever get a chance to see it, it's a hell of a concert. Obviously, it's very emotional. I mean, Sully was even teared up on the
Yeah.
stage saying all these things. No one in the crowd knew it was our final show. We didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And so we thought he was going to announce it at some point. He's like, "You guys don't even know, but this could be
Right.
the last time you ever see this band or whatever." And we're like, "Gee," you know. But and then of course they made us a big cake too. That's like happy retirement and gone but not forgotten. And it had a tour bus was the cake,
Oh,
and on the
cool.
top of the tour bus was two little two little figures, supposed to be me and Tony,
Yeah.
waving goodbye,
Waving goodbye.
in a big retirement party. And I was like, I'm retiring from touring, man. And so I made 5 records last year, just so y'all know, in my retirement.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I just,
Retirement.
yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't want to tour anymore, man. But
Right.
I'm sitting in a studio right now that made 5 records last year,
Yeah. You
and
did this Spirit Wheel, didn't you, with Terry?
Spirit Wheel is out now.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get, but if you go, I purposely did this because I said I was gonna, and I regret it now because it's hard to get. It's hard.
Yeah.
I had to call a friend and ask how to open a zip file. I don't know. I'm not that guy, right?
Right.
But evidently, if you go to my YouTube channel, I'm skinny motherfucker. So I called my company Inside Skinny.
Yeah.
Inside Skinny Productions, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if you go to Shannon Larkin's Inside Skinny Productions, it's on a YouTube channel. There's a link on there that you click on, and it takes you to this store, my store, and you'll see Spirit Wheel. I got some t-shirts, but the record, and I sell my music 5 songs for $6. So
That-
it's $6,
yeah.
and it's 5 song EP, and you click on that, and then it takes your money, and
Yeah.
then it says purchase,
Yeah.
but then
Then you get the
it
download.
says download here, yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you download it, then it goes to your files.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't open on iTunes. And I said that, I bragged, I'm not going to sell it on iTunes or Spotify, none of that bullshit.
Mm.
No manager, no label, no, you know. And I thought I was so cool. Yeah.
It works
I-
out good, man, because I bought it and
You did?
yeah, and yeah, because I listened to you've got Skinny on there. There's Falling Apart, which is an awesome tune, so good.
Oh, well,
But
thank you. I
yeah,
did not know that, Chuck. I was assuming you guys had never even heard of us, but that's
yeah, no,
pretty
it's a
cool.
great
Yeah.
album, man. It's totally cool, and it's kind of got that blues rock kind of vibe. It's very it's good. Skinny is a fun tune though. That's that's a fun song. But
It's
yeah,
trippy, right? It's
yeah,
trippy.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and you know that there was so at my studio, and you guys, if you've seen my station, you've seen the yard and all that.
yep, yep,
Yeah.
So I had 30 people because everything looks bigger on, so it's my property's only 2 acres. And like when I'm walking around streaming, it looks like I'm fucking walking miles. Well, it's a 2 acre property. And so I had this big party and I had each guy was allowed to bring 7 friends or something to make 30 people at the party. I wanted to kind of cap it at 30, and I don't have parking or anything, so I'm paying your parking all over my street. So 30 people showed up, and Shane, our singer, his friends, one of them was Skinny, was a guy, and his girlfriend, and listen, it was Halloween, so everybody's dressed up. So his girlfriend, it turns out Skinny, Shane's friend, Skinny, that's his name, Skinny. Hey, it's my friend Skinny, and and he's like, yeah, and this is girl, the Mushroom Queen, and I'm like, oh, so I mean the Mushroom Fairy.
yeah,
So I'm like, oh, so this is Skinny and the Mushroom Fairy. Hi, nice to meet you.
yeah.
And the mushroom fairy, she walked around, dude, with a basket handing out mushrooms to everybody. So, And so then, so the Spirit Wheel, which at the time we were Apocalypse Blues Revival, which it's a confusing story, but I took and made because the Revival is still a band, and we're recording a record right now. We got 6 songs on the board, and Shane's still the singer, but we had to differentiate it from the sound of Spirit
Well,
Wheel.
sorry, yeah.
So it's more blues, and more
Yeah.
trippy blues, psychedelic blues, where the Spirit Wheel went more rock and
Yeah.
genre mash, Wrathchild shit. I'll put 808s in a blues song, whatever. I don't care. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in the Apocalypse, Shane writes all the lyrics and vocals, and but in the Spirit Wheel, it's all mine because that's like my songs and my band, and I write everything in that band. But I want to be involved in bands that I don't write everything. That's just was my so Spirit Wheel's like me. It's like my
Okay.
band,
Your band.
my songs. I write everything.
Yeah.
And so, but Another Animal is
Yeah.
the fucking metal, and
Yeah.
then Blue Cross is my blues band that was the Apocalypse Blues Review with the
Mhm.
old singer Ray, and we're back with Ray. He's still got gray hair down to here. He's just a badass.
Mhm.
And now he's 76, I think, but
Yeah.
he can still sing. He's fucking great.
Nice. That's
And
awesome.
and then I signed this other band, Funky Ants, which is a funk band that features Mixmaster Mike. I got some shit going on, man. And
Yeah.
then ABR Revival's going to happen. We're on song 2. I tracked song 2 yesterday. Monday is our recording day. And then Tony and I have 5 songs. It's all around bowls in every one of my fucking bands,
Yeah.
except Spirit Wheel, ironically. And because I write everything in Spirit Wheel, and Tony's such a prolific writer. He writes pretty much all the riffs in all the other bands,
Uh,
and I arrange and produce or whatever. But so 1, 2, 3. So Spirit Wheel's out, self-release. It's a I don't know, it sold 10 copies.
Okay.
So so now I'm in the world of my tail's between my legs, and I've realized that I do need a label. I do need distribution. I do need some kind of management to tell my dumb ass how to put the fucking records out
Yeah.
and make, I
Right.
don't know, to where people can get them in their ear holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so,
Get the promotion.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I feel like it's still 1975 or something, and people were just, like the Prel commercials, and he'll tell a friend, and she'll tell a friend.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'll sell, 10,000 records. Nah. So, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do this deal with probably an independent label that, I mean, I could go right and try and jump back into big waters and try and get a major label to give me an imprint,
Mhm.
and I have managers and people telling me, "Oh, you're this dude, you can do that." But I've been there on
Yeah.
many different parts of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even my punk band was on a major label, Virgin Records. I mean,
Yeah.
so I don't want to jump back in there, and I will sacrifice.
It kind of gives you
Um,
more control to be on a
Yeah.
small
Yeah.
label.
It gives you more
know?
control of your life,
Yeah.
of your creative writing, everything. But still.
yes, control. It is. That's what it
Yeah.
is. And so, and I was like doing my own thing. I was thinking that, because I'm most of my bands, I'm the ex rock star that has money, and all my other guys are fucking working regular jobs, and it's a dream to play music with me. And so they're not rich and famous or whatever. And so I want them to be.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
want them to make money off music. So I'm not trying to shoot myself in the foot and be like, oh, I'm Mr. Anti-Commercial. I don't want to fucking sell
Yeah.
records.
Right.
No, I want to sell records.
Yeah.
I just want people to believe me when I say it's not about the money. It's
Yeah.
about the fucking music, because it is about money. Because I got 4 fucking guys in Spirit Wheel that don't have any money. And so,
Right.
Yeah.
and so what do? They're working fucking jobs, and then hoping that Spirit Wheel sells. So I will sign a deal, and I'll re-release the Wheel album. And oh man, we have 5 more ready to go.
That's
And
awesome.
so everybody be like, why your thing is 5-song EPs, right?
Yeah.
Well, because I'll show y'all. This is crazy. So here's the board. All right. So let me get back.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So the board So here's wait, let me find my okay,
My
spirit wheels
friend.
over here, right? And then
Yeah.
it goes another animal, the Blue Cross, Funky Ants, ABR Revival, right?
Yeah.
Well, down here is the next. This was the one release: Snake Charmer, Skinny, Gabriel, Old Habits, and Falling Again, right?
Yeah.
These are the next four that are already recorded. Jack the Tripper, Breaking Down the Machine. She's got buttons in here.
Yeah.
And Early Morning, which I have drums and rhythm guitars already done, but I need to do vocals and bass. So here's the next five, right? So here's the another animal, 5 songs, mixed and mastered, ready for release. And then here's the next five already written. Blue Cross, 5 written, complete, ready for mixing. Here's the next 5. Funky Ants have fucking 15, 12 songs done. And then we're recording this next Monday out of 6 songs for that. So what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
I
Busy.
instead of like when the label that I was trying to get an imprint deal with, they were like, well, it has to be 10-song records. We're not trying to sell 5-song EPs. And I'm like, I have a
Yeah.
27-year-old daughter. I mean, she likes The Weekend, for instance. He'll put out 3 or 4 songs. She'll buy those songs,
Yeah.
and then he drops his record, and she don't buy it.
Yeah.
Kids have
Yeah.
ADD these days. They
Kids
don't want to
nowadays.
buy a
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
They can't sit there for 50 minutes and listen to a 10, 12-song record anymore.
Yeah.
It's the world's changed, right? So I think 5 songs, hey, at least I can still as a producer make valleys and peaks too with 5. With
Yeah.
3, not so much, but
Yeah.
with 5, you can still make
Yeah.
valleys and peaks, make a journey
Make a
out of
journey.
your
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
Make it a trip, man. I want you
Yeah.
going on a trip with me, when you
Yeah.
listen to my record.
Yeah.
And so like that 5 song, the Spirit Wheel, Chuck, is a trip, right? It's a trip.
Yeah. It
And
is.
it's meant to be listened to with the 5 songs. Um, and so anyway, I figured you can create a journey on vinyl. I mean, that's what's going to happen. I will put it out on vinyl, all of these records.
That'll be awesome.
It's just that, and then I find out all these things that stymied me, man. Like you can't find a label that will put out vinyl unless they do pre-orders. So, when you get 50 pre-orders, then we'll make you vinyl.
We'll make the record. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They don't want to be stuck with a bunch of records they couldn't sell, I
Yeah.
guess, or whatever.
Right.
Right.
So anyway, so that's where my life's going, though. I'm gonna just keep making 5 songs, and then like for instance with the Spirit Wheel, when I do put it out and get distribution and vinyl and all that. So say 6 months from now, it will have done what it's gonna do.
Right.
And say that's 2,000 copies, say it's 5,000 copies. I don't care. Either way, I'll know when it's done. Right when it's done, I got the next 5. Boom. And so, but imagine a label with 5 bands. So, like Spirit Wheel's out now. I want to release another animal if I can get the deal done by the end of this month. And then the Blue Cross by the end of the next month. And then I have the next second ones waiting to put out in between the next 2 Funky Ants and ABR Revival. So, with the trick being, this is like, imagine Andy Warhol's factory in New York,
Yeah.
and they pumped out all this great art, right?
Yeah.
And it was like a factory. That's what I want my studio to be for music. And I
Yeah,
could
that would
just
be awesome.
keep on pumping out great art at fair prices. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Anyway, that's
That
the
sounds
point.
awesome.
That sounds
sounds awesome,
Sounds
man.
like a really cool concept. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's
Well, thanks,
fantastic.
guys. I mean, it's a plan anyway, Stan.
And it's your
Awesome.
retirement, so I imagine
Yeah. Do what
that's
you want with
Retired.
it. Yeah.
that's an awesome retirement right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely oh man, and I'm on this crazy thing right now where I'm just I abstain. I'm an occultist. And once every few years when I need to retune with the universe, then I abstain. Abstinence, complete abstinence. And I'm already not a drinker. I got through that 10 years of sobriety happy. But I admit I smoke weed and I drink coffee. I love sex. I have a beautiful girl that I'd like to every day if I can. And and then guilty pleasures, like I don't take away TV or music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just the physical guilty things that like nicotine especially. And I don't smoke so much tobacco, but I got addicted to the gum,
Yeah.
the
Oh wow.
fucking Nicorette gum, and I
Yeah.
chewed. And
Yeah.
then I started seeing all my interviews. Hey, hey, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm that guy. I don't want to be that guy. And
Right.
so I started eating these things. Um, and they're like little pouches, right? I
Mhm.
don't know if y'all have seen them down there. You guys got the little, I'll show you. Hold on. Oh yeah. Nope. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh no. But so look at this shit, right? And so, oh, hold on. It's hard to it's hard to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
a tin.
Yeah.
And so inside the tin are these little fucking here, I do it like this. There it is. Little like pouches with
Pouches.
like kind of like sugar almost feels like in there or powder.
Yeah.
And then they mix in like 10 cigarettes worth of nicotine in there. And you fucking put this thing in your cheek and gum and it feels like you're, just smoked crack or something. I don't know. It's wonderful. It's awesome. And but anyway,
Crazy.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
so that's what happened. And right now, yesterday I started, and I must suck on fucking 10 of those things a day, dudes, to not smoke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yesterday I just cold turkey for a magical retreat. It's called magical retirement. I'm just gonna give everything up for a couple weeks,
Yeah.
become back in tune with the universe, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Retune my spirit and to where I do it every probably 5, 6 years. And
Yeah.
everybody should do it, right?
Hell yeah.
And but it's
Get
hard.
tuned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's willpower.
Yeah.
It's the test of will. And that's all magic is, people, by the way, is the art and science of changing, causing change
Mm-hmm.
in conformity with your will. So you can will it. And it's the old secret. You know what I mean? Like that book came out 20 fucking years ago or whatever, and it was the secret. And
Oh
all of
right.
us
Yeah.
all of us occultists just kind of laughed. Yeah, well, that's what it is, really. But it's the theory that if you look in the mirror every single day and say, "I'm a fucking loser. I can't do shit. Today's gonna be a fucked up day. It's awful." Guess what? You're gonna be a loser. That day's gonna be fucked up. Your life's gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, the magician knows if you positively will that day is gonna be awesome, and your life is going to be awesome and you are a fucking driver and a winner and things are going to change. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Guess what? It works.
It happens.
Yeah.
As long as you're righteous and you love, hey, you can use magic like that. And so right now I'm sweaty. And last night my girlfriend made me a great meal. And by the way, you know, silence is the word, and you're not supposed to complain when you're going through these things. So you abstain from everything that you love. But when your wife gets home or your whatever your thing is, your boyfriend or your dog, I don't know, you act like nothing's, you try to still be you and don't bring anyone else down
Yeah.
because you have problems that you need to fix. And so, like, literally right now, it's probably because I touched that nicotine thing.
Yeah.
But I just literally broke out in a sweat.
Yeah.
And so because of lack of nicotine. And so my beautiful girlfriend last night made me this amazing dinner, man. She made like honestly, it was sloppy joes. And
Awesome.
she made fucking sloppy joes and mac and cheese. And then but the Heather part, my girl's Heather. The Heather part she did for me was made this wonderful salad. And she makes this wonderful salad, put chickpeas and all the walnuts and all the shit. She knows I love salad. And I couldn't eat it, man. I couldn't eat
Oh
anything.
man, bummer.
And
Yeah.
it was like, and I had it cranked up to 75 in the house. We usually keep it on like 73. But then I was burning up hot and fucking sweating, right? But freezing cold. And my feet were so cold.
Oh
This is
man.
from nicotine, dude.
Wow. Yeah.
And
That
Yeah.
shit
so
trip.
And then I go to bed, dude, and I've smoked weed every day too. And so when you quit smoking weed, all of a sudden you have dreams again. And I forgot about that. And all of a sudden I'm waking up. And at one point I woke up and both of my calves cramped. Do you guys know what a calf cramp feels like? Do you
Yeah, man.
Nuno?
Yeah. Yeah, that's me.
The trip.
I mean, like where somebody sticks an ice pick in your leg, like that,
Yeah.
literally both calves at once.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Was
Yeah.
it the nicotine? Was it the marijuana? I don't know, pot, not supposed to have any kind of thing, but I fell out of bed and I was like, ah. My girlfriend goes, "What's wrong?" I go, "Jesus, somebody's got ice picks in my calves. I don't know what to do."
Christ.
And I
Yeah.
said, "But I'm fine.
Oh,
Fine.
that's
Everything's
good.
perfect,
Everything is
honey."
good.
That's good, man.
Stay
I'm a
positive.
magician.
That's right.
I'm a magic man. Everything's
Yeah.
fine. Um, so,
Awesome.
so believe me, 13 days from now, I will light a big fat joint.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen.
There you go, man. Awesome.
But for the next 13 days, I will become one again with God and retune my soul and spirit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay,
man.
perfect. So Shannon, it's been a pleasure, a real honor to talk to you.
Yeah, hell, man. It's been
Thanks.
awesome. So
Thanks
cool.
Oh
for
man.
talking to
Thank-
us, for sharing your experience with us. It was awesome, an awesome conversation. Hopefully we'll do it again.
Yes,
I would
yes.
love that. We can, after you released some more albums, we're gonna
Yeah, we can
start,
chat about that.
to divulge them
Yes.
on the internet just to see, if we can, spread the word. That's it. That's our mission in here is spread the word.
That's awesome, man. I tell you, and I appreciate you, Nuno, and you, Chuck,
Yeah,
and I appreciate Dave
a
for hooking
pleasure.
us up.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna thank Dave.
Dave's an
And
Awesome.
you
awesome
guys,
dude. Yeah.
you both have my email now. Shansmack, that's me. That's my personal one.
Okay.
Reach out anytime you want.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
man.
We'll do that.
And just say hi, and we can do
Yeah.
this again.
Yeah.
It helps me. I
Yeah.
think hey, each record I put out, let's do an interview,
Let's
and
do an interview.
Yeah,
Yes,
that'd
we'll
be
do it.
awesome.
let's
We'll
do
do
it.
it.
It
It'll
helps
be awesome.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys,
Yeah.
really.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks,
All
Shan.
right.
Thank.
Peace, man. Thanks.
Peace.
See ya.
Bands are nothing without you, the fans. Purchasing music and merchandise is critical to their survival. If you can help out your favorite bands, please do. If you're in Michigan, consider following the Playing in Detroit area tonight and SE for Southeast Michigan Music Facebook pages. They are fantastic places for fans and bands to support each other and share our combined love of music. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to hit subscribe on your favorite podcast service to get each and every episode of Fans with Bands. Spread the word by rating the show, telling your friends, telling your neighbors, telling your family, telling your priest, tell everyone, and leave a comment. We want to hear what you think. You can keep in touch by following us on social media. This is a Life in Michigan production. Until next time, be well and kick out the jam.